Sweet, sweet payback. The man fined me $500 for using the wrong fence stain, while funneling tens of thousands of dollars into his own pocket. I didn't scream. I didn't rage. I infiltrated his kingdom, exposed his secrets, and made sure he'd never hold power again, anywhere. If you've ever dealt with someone who abuses power and thought, someone needs to take this person down, you're going to love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in, because this revenge? It's delicious. When I moved into the neighborhood, I expected peace. A quiet little suburb, a fresh start, maybe a few barbecues with the neighbors. What I didn't expect was Todd. Todd was the HOA president. And Todd ran the HOA like a little North Korean regime. The man practically had a badge and baton. He fined people over stupid things. $200 for trash cans left out 5 minutes too long. $100 for having solar lights that weren't approved. It was madness. But Todd? Oh, Todd didn't follow any of those rules himself. His fence was nearly double the legal height. His yard looked like a scrapyard of unpermitted structures. But the worst part wasn't his hypocrisy. It was that Todd thought he was untouchable. I got my first taste of his tyranny when I tried to repair my fence. The exact stain color wasn't available, so I picked the closest shade. Not gaudy. Not offensive. Just slightly off. Todd fined me $500. I calmly showed him the receipt. Explained the supply shortage. His response: "Rules are rules," he smirked and walked off. That smirk stayed with me. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the arrogance. The way he looked at me like I was nothing. That was the moment I decided. I was going to end him. Not with drama. Not with screaming. But legally. Methodically. Irreversibly. Performing arts step 1. Become the inside man. Todd thought I was weak. Naive. So I leaned into that. I volunteered to join the HOA board. "Oh wow," I said. "I just want to get more involved." He smiled. He welcomed me. He didn't suspect a thing. For 2 years, I was the quiet one. I showed up to every meeting. Took notes. I watched him bully other board members. He'd rush votes when his allies were the only ones present. He'd lose homeowner complaints. The man operated like a corrupt CEO. But I was patient. I needed more than incompetence. I needed proof. Money with wings step 2. Follow the money. Todd bragged constantly about how well the HOA budget was handled. But I started noticing cracks. Our annual fees were sky high. Way higher than the neighborhoods around us. Yet the landscaping looked like a dead zone. The community pool? Closed half the summer for maintenance. Meanwhile, Todd had a brand new patio and a boat. Suspicious, right? I politely asked for the budget during a meeting. Todd laughed and said, "Don't worry, I've got it under control." Wrong answer. I filed a formal request under HOA bylaws. No response. So I started knocking on doors. Turns out, everyone had stories. One neighbor said he saw Todd's kids swimming in the pool during the closure. Another claimed Todd hired a contractor to redo his deck, paid for out of HOA funds. I kept digging. I demanded the records again, and this time I did it in writing, copied to the board. File folder step 3. Build the case. He finally gave me the financials. And they were a disaster. Sloppy. Unorganized. Suspicious. A $15,000 landscaping fee. Paid to a company that didn't exist. Thousands labeled as admin costs. No receipts, no details. So I started cross-referencing public records. Bank statements. City permits. It was a jigsaw puzzle of fraud, but eventually the picture was clear. Todd had been stealing. Inflating contractor fees. Pocketing the difference. Splitting profits with his shady buddy who handled maintenance. I put together a report, spreadsheets, evidence, Notarized neighbor statements, photos. Ironclad. Unstoppable. Crossed swords, step 4. The coup. The annual HOA meeting was coming up. Usually no one came. But this year, I made sure the whole neighborhood was ready. I spent weeks talking to people, sharing just enough to make them mad, but saving the kill shot for the meeting. That night, the place was packed. Todd tried to run things like normal, gave his little speech about sacrifice and service to the community. Then I stood up. Todd, can you explain some discrepancies in the budget? He laughed nervously. This isn't the time or place. Actually, it's the perfect time. I handed out printed copies of my report. The room went silent. Then came the whispers. Then the outrage. You used our money for your patio? You lied to us for years. I called for a vote of no confidence. Within minutes, Todd was removed. Unanimously. Firecracker step 5. The final blow. We hired an outside auditor. Everything I found confirmed. Todd had embezzled over $50,000 and mismanaged even more. We filed criminal charges and a civil lawsuit. He had to sell his house to pay restitution. His contractor buddy, blacklisted from doing work anywhere in the county. Todd became a joke. A cautionary tale. And the best part. He tried to join another HOA board in a nearby town. Someone Googled his name and laughed him out of the room. Now every time I walk past Todd's old house, the one he lost, I smile. It's owned by a lovely family now. The landscaping looks amazing. The pool, open and full of life. Our HOA fees are lower. The rules make sense. And no one ever again will hold unchecked power. Justice wasn't just served. It was cooked, seasoned, and served cold on a silver platter. Sometimes, the most powerful revenge isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's calm, patient, precise. And when it lands, it's unforgettable. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the worst abuse of power you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories that prove karma always comes knocking. Would you like a thumbnail design concept, or want this as a downloadable script file for YouTube?